Hey guys, out in the garage again, working on a car, sweating my ass off. It's hot, hot, hot. So I'm going to I'm going to show you how I do these louvers. I'm pretty sure they're a factory. I found them on a Cobra sitting in the weeds, and I think they've been on there since the beginning of the car. So they're aluminum. They're really in great shape. I think I told you the story before. Knocked on the guy's door. I said, "How much you want for them louvers?" He's like, $75. I said, "I'll take them." So let's walk over there and take a look at the louvers. And these ones here, you actually have to drill some small holes in the top of the hatch, and then you have to drill a couple holes in the bottom of the latch for the slide lock. So let's go take a look and see how that goes. Also, my 77 is gone. Hauled it away and took it over to my buddy's shop because I'm kind of stuck on it. I don't know everything about these cars. I've been stuck on it for a little while, so took it over to a buddy's shop, and hopefully we can get that figured out. And while we're at it, we're just gonna, like I said, we're gonna go ahead and put the cam and all that stuff in it, and I'll give that a video. And at the end of this video, I'll give you a little sneak peek of that thing getting hauled away. I'll see you over at the car. All right, so what we got is these louvers. They actually go just over. They go just over the width of the window in the back, just over the side. If you can see, you can kind of see, maybe it's a little dark, but here's the end of the window, and then it kind of goes over, and then the slide lock goes right here. You can see there's a hole here, and then there's a hole on this side. And then there's two slide locks, and they're spring loaded. So they go here, and they lock it down, that way it doesn't come up. And then when you lift this, it's got two little arms here, and it's got one right here. So when you lift it up, they come down and they hold it up so you can clean the window. So I just have a couple pieces of tape right there. And so underneath of these hinges is two smaller hinges. And so is what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift this up. I'm going to tape those in place. I took a magic marker, a Sharpie, and I drew around where everything's measured so I know where they go. So I can lift this up, mark the holes. Is basically all I'm going to do is drill some small holes, and a couple small holes, and then I'm going to put some self-tapping sheet metal screws in there that'll hold it in place. And that's basically all I'm going to do here. I'll get that slide lock here in a second. I'll show you what that looks like. I just saw somebody on the marketplace or one of the Mustang sites was actually remaking these little slides and selling them. So it's must be that's why I think it's factory, because why else would somebody be making these little slides for these louvers? So all right, so I'll be back in a minute. And basically, if you can see, this has a rod, and it just kind of leans up against here and hooks on both sides. We have a rod. And I put some tape across there just to secure it in place so I know it's exactly where it goes. And then this is the, I'll hold it right here. This is the slide lock. Obviously I'll clean it up, but it's spring loaded. And it just mounts, it'll mount right here. And then when the louvers are down, this thing's out. When they're up, you just slide this over. Whatever. You see it just goes into that little area right there, holds the louvers down. Pretty simple. So I'm just gonna hold these little brackets down, or the hinges, and then make some marks, and those will be the holes, and then this thing will be sheet metal screwed down, and that's it. Pretty simple. I suppose this might be a boring video because it's so simple, but somebody might be looking to do it and not 100% sure, so there you go. Well, I had the louvers up. You can see I just took a Sharpie and just kind of outlined where they go and where the holes are. And just two small little holes there and there. I'll drill them holes, and then that's it. Lift the louvers up, screw them down. Now I'm not going to do that right now because, I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. Screw the holes, put the louvers down, and then once those are in, then I'll go ahead and mark where this slide goes, and then I got another one on each side. Looks just like this, and we'll mark where that goes. Drill the holes, put two little sheet metal screws there, and that'll be right there. So those will go there, Louvers will be on there. I think I've decided to paint the louvers black like they already are. And I showed you when I got all those parts, I got the side window louvers. I'm going to paint those black also. And then like I said, I got to find this trim piece. And I think that'll be good. I ran out of sandpaper. I would have finished. I got a couple little dings here and there. Unless somebody, a couple little car dings, little door dings or something. So a couple little small spots. I pounded out what I could from the inside, and then just a tiny little bit of filler. This car really has no Bondo in it except for just a little tiny bit of filler. A little bit of filler over where I welded these holes and welded these, but other than that, it's not like I had big cave-ins and filled it full of putty. I wouldn't do that anyway, but very little, very little. Just this body was in great shape. I mean, this car's been sitting in the garage since 1993, so I can't really imagine that it's going to take on too much damage in that amount of time unless people are dropping stuff on it. So that'll be the louvers. They'll go on, they'll get screwed down. Screws, a couple 4 screws there, a couple screws here. Louvers, no problem. All right, guys, thanks for checking that video out. I know it's short, maybe it's silly, I don't know. I think it's informational, the louvers thing. Some people may be wanting to do it. I know they make some louvers that just stick on the windows, double stick tape. They're plastic. I personally don't like those. If that was my only option, I wouldn't put them on. I think those are terrible. Now, obviously, the ones on the side will be double stick tape on the side windows. Those are pretty cool to vent. But the back window louvers, I don't like the plastic ones. So it's either the metal ones or I wouldn't put any on. So that's my personal opinion. You do what you want. I appreciate you watching the video. Sorry I'm all sweaty. I'm working out here and it's stinking hot. So please tell everybody, share it, like it, subscribe. And I'm going to leave with my car being hauled into a trailer, getting ready to go get some work done. See you later.